Baseball fans, look out, because we're heading to where it all began, in one of the coolest small towns in America, full of hidden gems, like this little red shed. Boom, drop the mic. The views and the food and the brew will impress you. And we've done all the planning for you, so buckle up, people, because this is your perfect weekend getaway. Unhinge the jaw, people.
Mommy, the New York starts right now.
Toni and New York starts right now. It's been called one of the best small towns in America, and we totally agree. Nestled in the rolling hills of Lake Otsego, Cooperstown is full of adventure. We found a brewery and a shed on a dirt country road, a town full of amazing restaurants with delicious and unusual eats, a distillery-owned watering hole with craft cocktails that would rival any fancy place in the city. There's the coffee shop where everyone knows your name, a historic cider mill that draws in families by the droves, and a farmer's market that operates all year round in an old wooden barn at the center of town. But before we get to all the fun and the food, let's get our facts straight. Cooperstown was named after William Cooper, a wealthy land speculator who bought 10,000 acres on which the village sits. Cooper later became a county judge and was the father of novelist James Fenimore Cooper, author of a series of historic novels including The Last of the Mohegans. The landscapes, hamlets, and villages made famous by Cooper and his writings are largely unchanged since the early 19th century. Located in central New York, about 4 hours north of the city, with a population of just over 2,000 residents, Cooperstown is also a shrine to pure Americana, as it is the home of the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum.
This is our Hall of Fame, where we honor the greatest of the greats, players, executives, managers, and umpires. There's only 317 people here in this hall. Yeah, and when you go down to Major League players, it's really probably the most elite Hall of Fame out there. We have just about 1% of the Major League players that appeared in a game end up here in Cooperstown.
You'll also see Henry Lou Gehrig, Joe DiMaggio, Mickey Mantle, and Joe Torre. Now, most New Yorkers will definitely want to make their way to the third floor of the museum to see the shrine to the Yankees, who have won the most World Series in the entire league. Mets fans may want to stay in the Hall of Fame and take a selfie with Mike Piazza. By now, you're probably ready for a bite, and if it's eclectic, international-inspired fare you're after, right down the street on Main, housed in an old stable built in the mid-19th century, is where you will find Alex's Bistro. And in the kitchen is where we found Chef Alex Webster, who left his post at Dean and DeLuca in the big city to set up shop in the picturesque village of Cooperstown. And on today's menu, one of the tastiest gluten-free tidbits we had during our entire trip. A typical Chinese dim sum dumpling called han sugak, but with a twist.
Take a piece of dough.
Okay.
Okay. It's got a little rice flour on it. Okay. This is a high gluten rice flour, which is gluten free.
What?
Which is, I know. Isn't that weird?
That is
I'm kind
weird.
of gluten free, so I love this stuff. High gluten rice flour, and you squish it like that in the palm, and try and get your palm so that it go like that. So this is buffalo. It's a local buffalo, and it's cooked with shiitake mushrooms and scallions and lots of ginger. And we're going to put a little bit in there, like so. And then the trick is to sort of roll it over.
Like a taco?
Like a taco, squeeze it, and then you do this. And what happens when you cook them, it kind of puffs up, so they look a lot nicer when they're cooked.
All right.
Okay, now don't put too much filling in.
I know.
Okay, perfect. Look at that.
Look at that. It's not my first rodeo.
You want a real job?
Okay, here we go.
Look at that.
See? I'm impressing the chef.
Hey.
Chef Alex dropped them into the fryer and served them with a house-made sweet and chili sauce. All right, what's it called again?
Buffalo han sugak.
Sugak.
You know, I'm probably pronouncing it terribly.
Oh, because I don't know.
Buffalo han sugak.
All right,
I'm
Alex's
sorry to any
Bistros.
Chinese people watching.
Do not get upset with us. We cannot be held responsible.
I try my best.
It's all Julia's fault.
There you go.
Always Julia's fault. Whenever in doubt, just blame the cute
You're
girl in the
good.
kitchen,
I like
right?
this.
3, 2, 1. The dough.
sweet. And
Sweet and crunchy, like kind of
it's
amazing
very,
texture.
It's very different. I wanted to make something that was gluten-free, so that works out great.
Oh my God.
Even though it's high gluten rice flour, there's no gluten in it.
I'm losing weight right now.
I don't think so.
Come on, let me live the fantasy, Alex. Don't
Sorry.
kill the dream. All right, what's next? Oh, these are so good.
Well, calamari.
But Alex is not serving up ordinary calamari, but instead Saigon street style, plated with scallions, peanut sauce, and house chili dip. They were delicious. While the serious mac and cheese, and I do quote the menu, serious with 3 cheeses, heavy cream, and crispy panko breadcrumbs might bring you to your knees. But my new go-to, salmon sesame udon noodles. Sake and sesame seared wild Alaskan coho salmon, sesame udon noodles, arugula, pickled cucumber salad, sweet tamari, scallions, shallots, and pickled ginger on top. Can you do it? Which way?
From the bottom.
Now after dinner, you might be game for cocktails, so we asked our new chef BFF, Alex, to hook us up. Yes, Chef! Alex, get in the car! Get in the car!
Okay.
Where does a girl go when she wants a super crafty, delicious cocktail?
Okay, Beverage Exchange.
What is that?
It's right around the corner, and it's really good, and they have wonderful cocktails, and actually another person that used to work for me is a bartender there and is really good, Jonathan. And so hopefully you'll meet him, and he makes wonderful, wonderful cocktails.
The shop sells the spirits which their own distillery produces. We'll get to that in a minute. But after 5 o'clock, it turns into a super swanky cocktail bar. At 8, the place really gets jammin' when the band goes on. And when it comes to the cocktail list, this place is for real, giving any bar in the city a run for its money. Ingredients are local, spirits are local, and like Alex said, Jonathan Harnett, whether it's happy hour or after dinner, is the man you need to meet. So what do we start out with?
All right, we are starting out with a fantastic seasonal drink. This is the Bourbon Cider Sour. Bourbon Cider Sour.
Bourbon cider sour. Say it 10 times fast. Say it. Bourbon cider sour. Bourbon cider sour. Bourbon cider sour. They've been tailing us all day at all the bars we've been at. All right, what's
Fantastic.
first? What's
Okay,
first?
we're gonna start with our Bean Bowl Bourbon. Right, this is our signature bourbon.
All right.
Yeah, we got some of that in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. you
Shamil
know,
shamazel.
whatever, something like that.
Yeah.
Little tiny bit of sugar syrup just to soften it up a little bit. Little splash of fresh orange juice for some acidity, not too much. And then fresh local apple cider made from our delicious New York State apples. And you get that all in nice.
I love you.
Oh, the feeling is mutual, I assure you. Thank you.
And Glennie loves me too. Where's the hand? The hand. Oh.
Psych.
There you go. Oh, there you go. Coming up, we tour the distillery, scarfed down the best burgers in town, sourced the old-fashioned cider, and finally found the perfect fudge. But what's in that red shed? Stick around to find out.